business like this tonight. The rains are officially back and Kenyans are already complaining that they cannot sleep at night because it rains throughout.
It is very heavy outside. Sun rising.
Well, we all know that maybe Nabi's prayers finally worked and the heavens have opened. Now, farmers are back to the farms and we can expect that we are going to have food in our farms. Now, there's only one small prayer that we need Nabi to do for us. Pray that once it rains in northeastern part of Kenya, the water floats somewhere just above the ground so the residents do not drown in the floods. If we prayed for the rains, this is a small problem. It can be done. Can I hear an amen? About from one disaster to another disaster, but still, amen. And just because we now have rains should not be reason for Kenyans to forget that the country is still fighting corruption. Now, the one man who has been quite vocal in the fight against corruption is one Kiage, who's quite convinced that former President Uhuru Kenyatta and his men looted over 24 billion shillings and carried the money away in a box.
Money was being brought in cartons at Wilson Airport and flown with choppers to people's homes. And these are the people now, unasikia wanaambiwa kuja andika statement kidogo, anaingia ndege anatoka. And these people who are thieves were calling other thieves.
You see, like I said, let not the rains fool you, because the same man who DP Gachagua said was running away from recording a statement is now clean. A man leaving us with the only man that we have seen leaving us with the only money that we have seen in baskets, the only one that has been handled this weekend.
Menituma na pesa taslimu shilingi milioni 5. Na mimi pia.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? Because Ukuru Yatani came back and wrote a letter that practically asked Kiage to stop yapping because that money was spent for the purpose it was intended for. So yeah, back to the drawing board, or basically eat that middle finger, Kiage. That is from Ukuru Yatani. Now, if the government is losing money, like Kiage is saying, then they have to look for that money. Now, one of the ways that this government has been clear on when it comes to looking for that money is through taxation. And if you are wondering when they are going to lower taxes, then it is going to happen in the next financial year. Yes, that's according to your president. So now, you just have to bear. You're going to be sucked dry. Sorry. That doesn't sound right for business show. You are going to be milked dry for a government that came into being pro-business or pro-hustler. Maybe changing how hustlers pay for their imports into the country will not be how to make hustlers happy. Now, all consolidated cargo into the country will not be rated at 200 shillings per kg as it has always been. A price or term that you will agree is hustler friendly. Now, because the hustler government has to pay the 50 hustlers who come to you in the name of CISs. Now, hustlers will pay for imports based on the value of goods. But is this what you wanted, you ask? Or things have to be in some way get better? They've already attached a time frame to it.
Kenya ya kesho ni Kenya ambayo Mungu ameiangazia. Hii janga la njaa ambalo tunaona leo hatutaliona miaka miwili ambaye iko mbele. Serikali imeweka kila kitu kuhakikisha kwamba.
Hold on. So it is not the 6 months or tukiweka Biblia chini bei ya unga itarudi chini. No wonder someone likened their promises to this long lasting battery at an affordable price. Maybe this guy knew better before he became part of the circus that created ofisi ya Musalia Mudavadi.
Ukichukua chupa ya maji na useme bottoms up na uweke chupa namna hii, sio ni kusema maliza kabisa. If you did this and you say bottoms up, this is the bottom. Mtu anameza kila kitu. Na mwananchi atapata nini? And how are you going to finance this economy? Ya kusema bottoms up. Kwa sababu ushuru pia umegonga wananchi.
Listen, even as we stare at the free movie that DJ Afro is still searching for at Title 4, the economy is looking up, according to the president. Now, that is like saying that man's agreed 4 minutes or 4 seconds of honest work is a thing. No, it's not. And women, in this case, Kenyans, are not happy about the 4 seconds of honest work that you guys are doing. Now, the same way, all the blue chip companies are not feeling okay in this economy. Now, Safaricom went and did the unexpected last week, and its share price became shorter than its CEO by touching 17 shillings. 17 shillings. KCB announced its full year results as well, and the investors were not happy with the dividend payout. In the meantime, to correct all this, let us all call governor spouses to the State House for breakfast and meet TikTokers to advise us on how the government should fight hunger. And if you missed it, the shilling is dying. The shilling is on its knees. Now, so right now, a Kenyan with $100 has 15,000 shillings in his or her pocket. Now, that should not worry us though, because Moses Kuria is on it. And saying that Moses Kuria is on it or trying to stabilize our shilling is the funny in itself. Now, the reality is that if Kenya does not find a way to stabilize the shilling, we are headed the Sudan or Zimbabwe route. As how we start tonight. Now, the Kenya Packaging Summit culminated into the Afrista Awards that saw top packaging brands in the continent get recognition for their stellar packaging. Let's take a look at how the awards went down at the Sabrit Center through our street business.